The first agenda item is to look at the tickets from current sprint to see if there's any tickets need clarifications or discussions. I think there are still a few tickets under the code review column. We will need to ask Win to help with that. For the tickets on the final testing column regarding to pass multiple level nested concepts, I think we need to have a new modules as well as APK in order to do the testing. So that's why we could not move forward with testing, even though it's been reviewed and merged. I just want to give you a heads up why it cannot move to the resolve column. And there are 3 tickets, 3 teleconsultation tickets under the pre-testing column. I think I pinged Sam a day ago or something. Yeah, a day ago, a couple of days ago. We were not able to download the latest one from the Dropbox, and so Sam said he didn't think he uploaded that, and he's going to test on his local installation before uploading to the mUzima test server. That's why it's on hold on moving forward with for the pre-testing on those 3 teleconsultation tickets. And then there is for the Canon EMR mUzima integrations. I looked at it yesterday, and I was just chatting with Simon before the call, and there are some tweaking need to be done on the server side. And another thing is Simon is going to share the form key, or at least like a copy of the form for the registration form and the blue card session, so that we can move forward with testing. We know that what to test against with. So Simon is going to provide those 2, and those are what for those 3 Canon EMR mUzima tickets. So for the dates, the options is displayed in light color on the linkage and retention form. So I'm not sure if Simon is working on it, or planning to work on it, or Sweet is going to plan on working on it for this one. So Simon and Sweet, which of you plan to work on this ticket?
I can pick it up, Ada.
Oh, okay. So if so, I'm going to change your name so that it's just like less confusion. Okay. Cool. I think those are the tickets that we have under the current sprint. Just wonder if anyone have feedback or questions in terms of the current sprint ticket. Okay. If not, let's move to the next agenda item, which is planned for APK and modules testing and rollout for implementations. So just want to summarize and recap what happened in this week. Team has been working hard and also helping each other in terms of getting an APK working well for the Huawei Y210 models devices. And we believe that we have the one that was compatible with particular device and also version. And I think Lawrence is the one who has some issues with the registration form that it works well with them. So Lawrence, have you got a chance to retest the registration form to make sure that you test against the latest one?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so is it working well for you?
Yes, at least I was able to register a patient.
Okay, great, thanks. So if that's the case, I think can we make the assumption that we feel comfortable that this version of the APK meets the satisfaction, and we are going to move to the next step of testing in the MPAP test server environment?
Agreed.
Okay, so yeah, so there's another, I think we also need to have the a couple modules need to be updated as well on the AppHealth test server, especially for the processor issues that Simon has helped to fix. So with those, let me help with making the arrangement for testing in AppHealth test server. I will coordinate with you guys, and let's just plan to do it next Monday and Tuesday. Let's set like a 2 days timeline. And if it works well, we can request AMPATH system administration team to load that onto the production server. Would that be an okay plan for everyone?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, so that means once we do it, I think there will be a lot of coordination for the implementation teams to make sure that their users are going to download the updated APK so that it would be compatible with the new modules. So they need to sync all the form data, complete form data to the server first, and then either complete to finish the incomplete form data or delete them before you can do like an installation to make sure that you're not data. Also, that
Is it my connection?
Ida, we can't hear you.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I just wonder if folks have other suggestions or reminders that in terms of like rolling out new APK modules and also form templates for their users. Definitely finish, finish form data on the devices, and then send all the complete form data to the server, and new APK, syncing and get the new form templates list, downloading the latest form templates that they need to use for data collection. So except those steps, is there any other things that you think we should include it on the instruction list to share with the implementation team? If not, if you guys can think of other things, you can just communicate through email. If not, I think we'll just like drop this up and then share with you guys so that you guys can use it as a reference. Last the item is the case discussions. Some of the tickets for so the first one is mUzima 266. That Lawrence, since you are the updated provided the latest form key and things like that. I just wonder if there's anything you want to point out so that before Simon to start working on it next week.
And nothing much. At least I went through with him on the reminders that we had, and now the form is updated. Like we have the edited version updated
Okay.
with new concepts. So I guess we are good to go.
So there's nothing like it's everything pretty straightforward and clear. There's no need for discuss further. Is that correct?
Correct.
For this one. Yeah. Okay. So Simon, so you we will have you to help with this dispensary and kind of form ticket next sprint.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah. And another thing is, I know that there's also the health center encounter form. Lawrence, you attached the reminder logics. Is there any changes on the form itself?
Maybe I can ask Tor to comment something on that.
Oh, I think To is on the call. Yeah. Hey, To.
Hi.
Hi. We want to know if there's any changes on the health center form itself. If so, can you share the latest form key so that we can use it?
Yes, maybe we shall share later with the Lawrence because I wanted to review the additional information we had added on the health center form.
Yeah, is it possible to have this done by next Monday before the sprint call?
Yes.
Yeah, if not, we will not be able to include this for next sprint.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And any more questions in terms of the CDM forms, the dispensary and health center form before we move to the next one? If not, there's another ticket that Lauren has helped us to file. Is mUzima 317 search and download of patients from the server. And I think Shrita start to look at it and ask for some screenshot and things like that. I just wonder if Lawrence just can give like a brief overview what this ticket is about, and then so that in case like Shrita have any question, we can clarify right now.
Ada, actually, sorry. I took a look at the screenshots and I kind of tried to recreate the issue, and I see what Lawrence is saying, so I'm good.
Okay, you're good. Okay, cool. Awesome. I think this is a very nice suggestion from Lawrence because I also feel the same way. Why it's not just science? Why not just for me to keep searching it? It's also reduced a lot of frustration and time to look for it and wonder where it is in case like there's similar names. So thanks, Lawrence. Go ahead.
I think it would benefit everyone if Lawrence wanted to explain. I think it would benefit everyone else to understand what the issue is. If Lawrence, you want to explain?
Just I think I guess the screenshots were pretty clear. Okay, I'll just do a quick one. So let me try share my screen. So are you able to see this?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So like this is usually the default view of the when you're viewing the list of patients on the cohort, and that's screenshot number 1. So screenshot number 2, test download patient is one that had already enrolled on the server side. So when you enter the names to search, screen number 3 is going to pop up as the indicating the patient has been found on the server, with a download button ready for you to download the patient to the device. Screenshot number 4 is when you've already tapped on the download and the patient has been downloaded, but you realize all you get to see is the patients that were previously on the device and not excluding the patient you've just downloaded. So what I realized in the field is most users tend to delete the entire name and then have to start typing in the name again to search for the patient. So what we are requesting for is after you've downloaded the patient, it should throw you straight to screenshot number 5, what you're seeing now, and ready for you to view the patient's observations and probably fill out forms for the patient.
Yeah, I think this is a very nice feature and suggestion, Lawrence.
Oh, thank you.
Anyone have comment or questions for this ticket?
I just wanted to say, I think, Lawrence, that's a great idea. Being one of the users, this is going to be very important, and if implemented, I think it's going to be very useful.
Yeah, I agree, yes.
Okay. Thanks.
So next one is 3, 2, 4. Next one is mUzima 324 creates a demographic update form. And so Simon has helped us to file this ticket, and there's a related ticket also in terms of like developing the demographic update handler to process the new demographic update form as well. So Simon, do you just want to provide like a brief overview why we we need these 2 tickets, and in terms of like user stories and also specifications, so that we can discuss now?
Yeah, this one came up because our users want to be able to edit, for example, the names or some of the demographic information of our patient. We've not had a mechanism to do that on mUzima. So this ticket was meant to enable us create a new form so that once a patient is registered, then you can use that new form to edit some of the demographic information. The related ticket, which is updating the server-side handler so that you can be able to process data from this form. Currently, we do have a handler, but it's not up to date. So it will need further reworking on it so that we can be able to process this demographics update. Now, for us to be able to do this, I think we need to identify which particular fields on the registration form should be included on the demographics update form. So that means what kind of patient demographic attributes would we want to edit on mUzima side?
Yeah, and I also sync back from the server to the automation. How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now it's getting clear.
Okay, sorry. So I think layer of complexity, because we already have existing demographic data downloaded on the device, and then if make changes on certain demographic information through this form, and then it also needs to sync back to the server side. And what if like there is some conflicting information on the server side, and also the time that we need to sync the corrected demographic information on the server side to sync back to the device. I think it adds another layer of the complexity when compared to just regular encounter form.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder that's why I want to discuss about it. What is the actual flow of the data flow here? So you fill out on the device, and then you save those information as a temporary on the device. So those be like overwrites the existing data in case a change of ID or even change of name or date of birth or important demographic information, or those information we should rely on the server side. Once the information got processed correctly in the server side, those need to be synced back and get the delta updated onto the device side. So which one we should trust more, and then when it needs to be overwritten.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is a little bit tricky than the other encounter form. So I just want to bring this up for a discussions now, so that folks can think about what would be the ideal workflow, and then so that we can discuss next Monday during the spring call, during the tickets grooming, and then we can have a little bit further discussions. But today I just want to bring this up and get your attention so that you can spend a little bit time to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Cool. So just wonder if anyone have any thoughts right now, or you prefer to talk about it next Monday.
For me, I prefer to. I'll take a look at the APK the way we have designed it, and also to see whether I can identify any potential problems during programming. And then I can share on next month.
Yeah, I think we need to, exactly. I think we need to really, really think through clearly on the design before we start the actual work for this one. It's not as straightforward. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So next one is 159. 159. 1 second. 156. Sorry, 156. So the mUzima cohort modules, and it's been a while we haven't talked about this one. Simon, I just want to go back to the expanded cohort thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that there's some testing need to be done, a couple months ago, I think, but then we got busy with other priority. That's why we did not really, that's why we got distracted from these tickets. I just want to revisit this one so that this is the next one that we need to wrap this up and finish it up. So it sounds like something need to be done on the testing side, and maybe also need a little bit instruction so that team would know what to do in terms of testing for this ticket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I posted some documentation on the ticket on what to test, because we basically want to see whether you can define criteria for the cohort and set up the scheduler task and see it running and including more patients in the cohort. So I did some documentation on Wiki, which I think can help to clarify the points of testing.
Okay. So I look back to Simon's comments that he documented on May. Just look at those documentations, and then we can test it again, and so that we can wrap this up during next spring. I just want to bring the attention up because it's been a while. People might forget what it is, and so that we can discuss again next month. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So those are the agenda items that I have. Since we still have quite a bit of time left, I just want to ask you guys if there's anything you guys want to discuss before we wrap this up.
Yeah, I would just like to talk to you after the call, maybe for 5 minutes if you have the
Okay.
time.
Sure, definitely, yes.
Thank you.
And just to mention, Dr. Kirui Nicholas had mentioned sometime back trying to come up with a testing template, especially for CDM forms, like the dispensary and health center forms, that are going to be more direct in terms of testing the reminders, specific reminders. So I think it sounded to me like a good idea. That way it would be easier for the programmers to recreate any problems we're going to run into. So like the questions that are going to be set out as a checklist will be specific to reminders. I was thinking
So,
that would be nice to have.
so what kind of template is that? Testing template?
Yes, for the dispensary form, the dispensary and health center form, that will be specific to reminders.
Is it already available, or it is something that CDM plan to do?
Yes, we're actually planning to do it internally, but I don't know. Dr. Kirui maybe could mention something on that.
Yeah, thank you, Lawrence. So what I thought is the way we usually test. I thought we'd come up with a list of hypothetical patients with specific input that would then bring up each of the reminders at each of the stage, so that
Yes.
once we have that list of the hypothetical patients, every time we want to test and we want to see a specific reminder come up, we'd have it specifically, and then it's going to be replicable and easier to address any in case of any testing or any need to make any changes at any point. So
Yeah, I
that's
think
just
that would
a suggestion I put to Lawrence.
think it's really cool because we can always create something with so
I didn't get that.
that would be the best way to test against those reminder logic.
Yes.
Can you guys hear me okay now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think it would be helpful if CDM team can help to create those test patients with certain criteria that it would trigger the reminder logic. That would be really helpful for testing the reminders.
I'll take up that task with the other clinicians and
Great.
hopefully come up with a list and forward it to Lawrence.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Awesome. Is there other items or topic anyone want to share or discuss?
Yeah, Eda, when you said we are going to roll out the new modes and the APK, so any things we need to do, I just wanted to suggest, I think there are some features we've introduced on the interfaces which may require some refresh training of the end users, especially those who are new to mUzima, like the LAC data manager. So I don't know what is practical. Looking at the kind of resources we have, I think we may factor in some sort of training so that they can work effectively with those interfaces.
So yeah, I think that's a good point, Simon. So in terms of the in terms of the resources for refresher training, I think the best way maybe one of us or maybe a couple of us to do some recording, and then just to walk through the new features, and also to highlight some of the scenarios or examples, things like that. So that video, we want to keep it short and brief and clear, so that people, the users, can look at that instead of like for us to arrange like a bunch of separates refresher courses with individuals separately, so that we can simply share the YouTube link with the users in case they're interested, because I just don't want to add another layer of burden to the implementation teams in case they are they run out of they have very limited resources, especially as closer to the holidays, and a lot of people are taking leaves and all those things. But if the implementation teams have the resources and the time to do like in-person refresher courses, of course that would be the best, But I think for mUzima team, I think our responsibility maybe have like a few short recordings, tutorial recordings to highlight the new features.
Mm.
So that at least like we provide the new changes and all the new options, and so that anyone can look at it on demand. But again, if implementation team can arrange in-person refresher course and they think that would be helpful, and also they have the resources, that would be best. But I will leave that decision on them, since they know their users better and also their resources better.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion. So I think one of the to create some so maybe I will try to see if I can do some. If not, I might. So any other comments or questions or topics anyone want to discuss or address? If not, I think we can end the call early. And I want to thank everyone for your contribution and making moving forward this spring so nicely. I really appreciate that, and I think our CDS team after the call, and you guys have fun. I'm looking forward to see the pictures and fun videos.
Thank you.
Sure, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Have a nice one.
Nice weekend. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Nice.
Bye.
Aida, are you there? Hello? Ada, I can't hear you if you're speaking.